It's that spark that feels both familiar and entirely new. The kind that catches you off guard, makes you smile without even realizing it, and leaves you wondering if they feel it too. Maybe it's the way they laugh a little too hard at your jokes, or the way you catch yourself looking for them in a crowd. These moments are subtle, yet unmistakably real. Today, we are talking about those quiet signs you might be crushing on each other, even if neither of you has said it out loud. If you've been wondering if the feelings are mutual, you're in the right place. Let's unpack these 8 clues and see if there's more to the story than you both let on. 1. The accidental touches that linger just a little too long. When there's a mutual crush, casual touches often happen accidentally, but linger just long enough to be meaningful. Maybe your fingers brush when reaching for something, or they stand a little closer than usual, allowing your arms to touch. These tiny moments of contact might seem innocent, but they are like sparks that light up both of your senses, leaving you wanting more. Each touch feels natural but deliberate, as if they are finding any excuse to close the distance between you, and once it happens, the effect lingers. You both continue talking, but that small touch stays on your mind, replaying like a secret you're both in on. These touches aren't bold or obvious, they're subtle and careful, just enough to make you feel that gentle rush, as if saying, "I'm here, and I'm noticing you." It's these small moments of touch that make everything feel more real, without a word even being said. 2. The playful teasing with a hint of flirtation. When there's chemistry, teasing becomes an art form. You both start playfully poking fun at each other, but there's always that hint of flirtation just beneath the surface. It might be a little joke about their taste in music, or a lighthearted challenge to see who can make the other laugh first. This teasing isn't meant to embarrass or mock. It's just a way to build connection, to create a space where it's only the two of you in on the joke. And as the laughter fades, there's often a moment of quiet where you're left looking at each other, the teasing done but the feeling still there. It's like creating your own language, a special way of speaking only the two of you understand, filled with inside jokes and lingering looks. These moments of shared laughter and teasing can feel like hidden messages only you two understand. 3. The glances that speak volumes, even across the room. You can tell a lot from the way someone looks at you, especially when they think you're not watching. Whether you're in a crowded room or just across a coffee shop table, you'll catch them glancing your way, and sometimes they're already looking. And when your eyes meet, there's a brief pause, like a silent acknowledgement that something is going on between you two. It's not just a quick glance either. It's the kind of look that says they're genuinely interested, taking in the details and absorbing the moment. These lingering looks create a quiet connection, and even when you look away, you both feel the energy between you. It's the kind of silent communication that speaks louder than words, and it's a sure sign that your feelings for each other are more than just casual. These glances are like tiny messages that say everything without a single word. 4. You both find reasons to spend extra time together. When you're crushing on each other, any excuse to be together feels like the perfect reason to say yes. Suddenly, you're both suggesting grabbing coffee, working on projects together, or finding ways to accidentally run into each other. These aren't huge dramatic gestures, but small, intentional choices to carve out more time, even if it's just an extra 5 minutes here and there. And as you keep finding these moments, it starts to feel like you're sharing a world where you're both on the same wavelength. Even ordinary activities feel different when you're doing them together, and each extra moment becomes a memory. This isn't just about hanging out. It's about creating small but meaningful moments that bring you closer. Each of these shared times feels like a piece of a story you're both writing together. 5. Mutual interests that somehow keep aligning. When there's mutual attraction, you start to notice how often your interests overlap. Whether it's a shared love for a particular movie genre, an obsession with a new coffee spot, or a random hobby that you both enjoy, it suddenly feels like you have an unusual amount in common. Sometimes, they might even start taking an interest in things they'd never considered before, just because it's something you're passionate about. This alignment isn't always coincidental. Often, it's a subconscious way of staying connected and building a bridge to spend more time together. These shared interests become more than just hobbies. They're now subtle reminders of each other, little markers that say, "We get each other," even when you're not around. It's these shared connections that make spending time together feel effortless. 6. Subtle compliments that feel a little more personal. Compliments from a crush hit differently. especially when they're a little more specific and thoughtful than usual. They might mention how they love your laugh, or how you seem to brighten up a room, and these remarks feel deeper, almost like they're noticing details no one else does. These aren't surface-level comments. They're genuine observations that make you feel like they're paying attention to the little things that make you, you. What's even more telling is that you'll find yourself complimenting them in return, almost naturally. It's not forced, it's just that their quirks or traits stand out to you more, and you can't help but acknowledge them. These exchanges become a way to express admiration without being too direct, creating a sense of connection that's both flattering and telling. These little compliments build a layer of trust, making every interaction more meaningful. 7. That effort to look a little extra nice around each other. When there's a mutual crush, both of you might find yourselves putting a little more effort into your appearance when you know you'll be seeing each other. It's not necessarily about dressing up, but more about feeling confident and looking your best in a subtle, natural way. Maybe they show up in their favorite shirt, or you put on that little detail they once complimented. And it's not something you do for anyone else. That extra thought you put into looking nice is reserved specifically for when you know you'll be around them, even if it's subconscious. It's a small but clear signal that their opinion matters, and it creates a quiet excitement about the chance to impress each other, even if it's just in the simplest way. This effort becomes like a silent code, a little signal that they mean something more. 8. The inside jokes that only make sense to the two of you. When you're crushing on each other, inside jokes start to develop almost naturally. Maybe it's something silly that happened while you were together, or a phrase you both found hilarious. These little jokes become your private language, something that brings you closer every time one of you brings it up, leaving others slightly out of the loop. These moments create an unspoken bond, a shared world, where only the two of you understand the humor or significance. Inside jokes aren't just funny, they're a way of saying, "We have something special." And with each laugh, that connection grows a bit deeper, leaving you both with a sense of warmth and familiarity that's hard to ignore. These private jokes become a way to show that there's something special between you, something only you two understand. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.